Hello, my creative and crafty friends. This is Gloria Plunkett with Designs by Gloria, here to share with you this cute trifold shutter card. Most of the shutter cards to me are pretty complicated. You got to measure this, measure that, scoot that in and fold. I didn't want to do all that, so I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to create a pretty shutter fold card without all the trouble. Starting off with a piece of 5.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock. Most of these use a 12-inch piece of cardstock. I wanted to keep it to 11 inches to be a little bit more cost effective. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make a couple scores. We're going to start here. We're going to score. Let's see if I can make that a little bit bigger. 1 3/4 inches, 3.5 inches, 5 1/4 inches. Now I'm going to open my arm and score at 7 inches. Next thing I'm going to do is we're going to come down 1.5 inches from the top and 1.5 inches from the bottom. And we're going to score from this second score line to this third score line. So we're going to go from the first score line to the third score line, first score line to the third score line, 1.5 inch up from the top and 1.5 inch from the bottom. So I'm going to rotate so that the first score line is up here. I'm going to put my cardstock at the 1.5 inch. I'm going to place my cutting blade on the third score line. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. And cut to the very first score line. I'm trying to do this looking overhead. Then we're going to do the same thing on this side. So we're going to scoot this all the way to the 4-inch score line. Bring it down. Again, start at the third score line from the left and score it all the way to the first score line. And that's it. I love how easy this is. Now, here's my bone folder. I'm going to go ahead, and this is going to be this panel here. And then these will be these 3 pieces here. So we're going to fold this side in. We're going to fold this score line in like this. And we're going to fold this score line down like this. So easy. Then when you get ready to, this will go, the very first score line will go up like that. So there's your score. It's a valley, mountain, mountain, valley. So, wait a minute. Let me redo that. So it's a mountain, a valley, a mountain, and a valley. Okay, so it looks like that. You got a W right here, and then the panel on the right. We're going to pop this little panel up and burnish all our score lines. And that is all there is to creating this cool trifold card. So much easier than ones I've seen online. I've cut up a couple pieces of cardstock from the plaid tiding 6x6 designer series paper from the 2020 August-December mini catalog. And I'm sorry if you hear my little runts out there. They were outside taking a break, but now they're barking at the door, and I apologize for that. So I know you're going to hear them. So these are cut at 1.5 by 5.25. Move this up. I'm using my Stamp and Seal Plus. I live in Georgia, and it is so humid here, and I don't like my cards to come apart. So I love using the Stamp and Seal Plus. I will use it whether it's humid or not. Okay, and I've got my little pieces here. I have a free downloadable tutorial for you, so you can watch this video and then go back and look at the measurements on the free downloadable tutorial. Oh, let me show you real quick what I do. I don't know if you've noticed. See, you really can't see any white there or there, but you can on this one. I take my coordinating Stampin' Right marker, and I come in here and I just go over those little lines. I like it because it gives it a more polished, finished look. I love how that looks. So we're just going to glue these here. I've got the measurements for all these pieces here. I'm trying to look over here where my measurements are. This one's 1.5 by 5.25, and these are 1.5 by 1.25. Oh darn, I used the wrong side. Dang it. I wanted to use this side on this pieces here. Oh well. That will look much better, I think. Oh well, it's going to be all the same now. But you get my drift. Just center these on each piece here. Darn, I can't believe I did the wrong side. So sticky, but I love it. Love it, love it. And for the center panel here, these measurements for the black and the white cardstock are 2.5 by 2.25, and then the white is 2.25 by 2 inch. This other piece that goes here is 1.5 by 2.25 basic black cardstock I used here, and then 1.25 by 2 inch for the Whisper White piece. I stamp the greetings in the pumpkin that I'm going to be using from the Harvest Hellos, and I use the Give Thanks stamp set here. And then for my little leaves, I use the Autumn Pumpkin Punch Pack, and so I had to stop my video for a second. My camera was about to die. Every time I record a video, it sucks up my battery. So this will get placed here. And again, no need to write down the measurements. You can go to my blog at designsbygloria.com and pull down the free downloadable tutorial. And we'll add that right here. Take my dimensionals off. I used Mango Melody for my pumpkin and stamped it with the coordinating pumpkin from the Harvest Hellos in pumpkin pie and sponged it with pumpkin pie. I punched those leaves from this little leaf punch, and I sponged those a little bit too. And I sponged these as well with their coordinating color. And lastly, for this side, where's my, I think I'll use this. I'm going to add some Artistry Blooms adhesive back sequence I love this. You just pull them off and put them on there. No need to add glue dots or anything to them. I love it. Love it. Love it. I have another little one over here. Okay. Now for this panel here, I'm going to use this 3 1/4 by 5 1/4 piece of cardstock. But before I add that, I'm going to add a few little pieces of decorative edging here. I put my Tombow in this container, and it's so much softer and easier, and I've got pinpoint accuracy with this little lid. And I posted on my blog a couple of days ago, because I also use one from for my Crystal Effects, because it's so hard to push that bottle, at least for my old hands. And I like the wiggle room to get this just right. So I will take my paper snips, trim it off there, and then use my marker to cover that up there. Add a tiny little strip of liquid adhesive here. See what I mean about how cool this little tip is? Makes everything line up so much better. And I know this is longer than it needs to be, but I like to give me some room to snip off the ends. So I'm afraid of getting it too short. Now I can add this to the end panel where I can write my message. Gosh. And I went over, but all I got to do is tuck this back in. Got a little piece right there. Okay. And add this here to my end panel for some additional sentiments. There you have it. Cute little trifold card. I hope you'll give this a try and drop me a note and let me know you tried it and whether you enjoyed it or not. And I will see you on the next video. Y'all be blessed. Love you. Bye.